Hello, everybody. It's me. It's Andy. We are here. It is him, Mikey, and we've also got a guest on the show, General Tekno. Say hello, everybody. Hello, Mikey.
Hello, Mikey.
And hello, General Tekno.
Everybody, hello, Mikey. Hello, General Tekno.
Yay! Okay, I wanted to say that just to check the audio levels to make sure they were actually working. Everything seems to be working. That's a good thing. I'm very happy. Nothing's on fire as of yet. Hooray!
That's good.
Now, I'll say this to the people on the stream watching us live. Thank you, by the way. We'll probably jump into the show quite quickly. We're not going to have like an easing in period where we lube up the audience and we're going to just ram hard into you because General Tekno is on a time limit because he's at the convention right now. He's being very kind and giving us the time of his day, and we want to make sure that we can milk him dry, as they say.
I was like, oh, you know what? I could probably do something after. Let's message Mikey and see if they want someone who's at the convention they'll be talking about on the show.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea because neither me nor Mikey have been there, so why not? All right.
Yes, that's a good question.
I will start up the music and then we can start pooping. Here comes the music, people.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decade Andy, and I am here this week with my little Energon rods in hand. One of those little rods is called Mikey, G-Wolf V3 or V2. Hello, Mikey.
Please stop stroking the rod. The rod has not consented to this.
No, you are my purest of Energon goo. I need to milk you dry. I need to use you to fuel my war efforts against those who would take my goo from me. It is the way.
This has definitely put the whole moral stance of the Transformers conflict into a different light.
Which part of the moral conflict was in question? The goo quota. Yeah. We're here today. We've got TFcon going on right now in the world known as Kanagia. We have a I don't want to peg you as a Kanasian if you're not, but we've got General Tekno here as well. Hello, General Tekno. I'm sorry I don't have a little symbol for you. For the stream.
Worries, and yes, I am Canadian, so don't worry about pegging me as one.
Oh my god.
But Tish.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes. Hello.
So the convention's going on at the moment. Have you been there the entire time?
Yes. I've been here the whole weekend. I come out this way and make a whole vacation of it. There's relatives I see it this way, and then I head to the hotel after that, and then I'm there the whole weekend. Like I've been at the hotel since Thursday.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, this is going to be your section, I suppose. So me and Mikey can jump in every now and again and poke you in directions. But let's talk about the convention as a whole. What's the atmosphere been there at the moment? Has it been a nice, humble experience? Because neither me nor Mikey have been, as far as I know. I haven't been. I don't think Mikey's been.
Yeah. It's been pretty good so far. It's a little quieter today. That's usually the case with Sundays. They tend to be a little bit more chill. Like Saturday tends to have a huge dealer room opening, and then Sunday there's barely anybody in line when they open the dealer room an hour later than they do on Saturday. Just everyone is just all they've a lot of people have spent a lot of their money. Everyone's recovering from the night before because usually a lot of people are up late. I imagine it's. I'm curious how it compares to TF Nation, honestly, in terms of like just the actual after-hours scene.
Are you gonna go this year to TF Nation? Mikey'll be there. You can touch Mikey.
Yeah.
It would be fun, but honestly, this was a fairly pricey con for me, and I already did do TFcon LA this year, and that was a last-minute thing.
Yeah, maybe plan more than a month in advance.
No. Well, that was kind of like how fast the LA one came together, like a month or two in advance. So, but this is like my annual. These are my people. This is my annual trip that I make. I've been coming since 2008, so it's like
Oh, you're a veteran. You've been to loads of them then.
Oh yeah. Like it's People know who I am. So. They don't know who I am. They spot the giant mustache and they recognize that there's a giant mustache person.
And then someone runs out, gets a blue hedgehog, and just starts hurling it at you.
There was a moment there yesterday that where like another one of the regulars at the convention there, Zodberg, like intentionally trolled me. So I had my Eggman jacket with me, like that I was wearing a little bit on the Saturday, and he deliberately went and made himself an Eggman jacket specifically to show up and troll me.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. It was fun.
Oh dear. So what's been kind of the highlight of it this time around? What have you enjoyed the most?
Well, what's done a lot of chatter, I guess, is probably the Cosmos stuff. You guys probably saw that stuff.
Yes. I saw your face nearly fall off.
Oh my god.
Yes, no, that was like a holy cow moment. For context for the viewers, I made a custom Cosmos to throw into the charity auction there that was made from the Autobot Arc. That was a lot, that was most of my June, like working on that. So I brought it out, had the nerve-wracking, all right, let's unpack this thing from the carry-on. Oh, good, everything is good, just these minor touch-ups. I just saw the image you're using for me, and I'm laughing. But,
I can't get it to work. I can't get it to work that quickly off the bat, but that'll do for the moment.
No, that's good. That's great. It went to the charity auction, and it went for 1,000 Canadian. Like, holy cow! Like, I know the person who won it too. Like, they're a huge Cosmos fan. I actually did just see them today. Like, they weren't able to make it on the Friday, so they had a mutual friend proxy bidding even. Or them. That's how badly they wanted it. They had someone proxy bidding for it. Yeah, there was a lot of good. There was some good stuff in there. Like myself in that auction, like I came away with Grim Lockemus did a set of Transformers animated Headmaster Juniors based off of the storybook that came out at BotCon that one year.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, they're I guess their Sam's Forge, Sam Makes Toys did the new head designs for those, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And as soon as I found out those were going to be there, I was very much, they will be mine.
Out of interest, how did you do the head for the Cosmos? Was it a 3D printed thing, or like how did it?
Yes, it was 3D printed. It was the head and the gun were resin prints. The head was designed. The gun was designed by our mutual friend, Stupid Monkey.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He did a great job. He's going to be releasing the files at some point, I think. And the head was designed by another TFcon regular, Chris Quinn. I believe he goes by NBB Reviews on Twitter. But he offered the head design for the Cosmos, and as soon as I saw like his prototype like on his arc, I was like, oh my god, yes, absolutely, yes, thank you so much. It was amazing.
No, like it looked phenomenal. Like I've been wondering this for a while. So you do, for anyone who doesn't know, like you do a ton of customs, and like you're terrified.
I dabble a bit. I dabble a bit here and there. I've probably done like, I don't know if I've done more Titan class customs than anyone. I have no idea, but I've done a lot of them. Like I've done 5 Titan customs at this point.
Many lug nuts. Like as someone who barely dabbles in the whole custom thing, it's just like, oh my god, he's so talented. I hate him. But
I just did a panel on customizing this morning. Like really, anyone can get into it. The biggest obstacle, I would honestly say, is the money of buying paint for customs.
Yeah, but something I'm really curious into, just have you like how do you find, like, what's it like trying to custom Transformers as much as like do you try to make them like still fully functional and transformable, or are you kind of like robot mode aesthetics, or what's the story?
Oh yes, I absolutely. When I'm mocking up the deco on the computer, like I am full on have like the alt mode and bomb mode out in front of me, so I'm making sure that both look good when I'm doing that. Like he traveled with me in alt mode. Like that's how I took him on the plane. I just put him in alt mode, wrapped him up very carefully, and then just brought him with me as carry-on.
That's super cool.
No issues with security? Yeah. They didn't look at you and like, what the fuck is this thing? It's huge.
I mean, it was like, it's an arc. Those arcs are actually fairly, like they compact up pretty well. So once you put it, and I just carried a tote bag with it in it. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, although I've got more stuff I need to do because I then went and they do a raffle in the charity auction, and I managed to walk away from that with another Cybertron Metroplex. So, so then I became, oh goddamn, I need to get something to do that, and that's why I was doing, like, just before I came upstairs, grabbing a box off one of the vendors so that I can put it in there and then check this as baggage.
Have you got any ideas of what you want to do for Cybertron Metroplex, or is it just going to come to you in time?
Probably Grandis.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
I've had the idea for a while, and I've been saying if it were to go on sale, I would do Grandis. But yeah, I'll wait for it to get a good enough sale, and I'm pretty sure that this qualifies.
Yeah, no, I think like price of a raffle ticket counts.
Well, I mean, the raffle tickets were the donations. Like they give them to people who donate.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. Like, there's some decent stuff in there for the raffle. But I mean, I'm looking forward to finding out how much they raised in total. Like, we'll find out the number at the Q&A.
Yeah, because I usually keep track of that, and like it's usually pretty impressive amount. And like, with TF Nation is Toy Fu, and they do like big charity pushes. So it's always really good to see what kind of like just like kind of general positivity can come out of these things for more than just, hey, we got cool toys.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I've had people coming up to me like all weekend congratulating me for what that went for, or for marking on the like in the Cosmos. Like, oh my god, that made my Friday. That was my Friday. That made my Friday right there. Like just that, and then picking up the exclusives because I do the premium pass when I do this, so I picked up all my exclusives then. And Rise of the Beasts roundtable for friends too. That was just like us just casually shooting the shit about the movie because it had just come out. It was out like. One of my friends there who ended up stepping in last minute, and I very much appreciate them doing that. But like they only just saw the movie the day before, and they were also the most prepared person there that had taken notes.
Sounds like it's going well. So
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, panels and everything else. What's been kind of a highlight apart from like obviously Rise of the Beast roundtable?
Let's see for panels. I'm just trying to think there. I just came from. This was one that was several years in the making. Ninjatron had a panel that he had just been working on for several years, and it's just been an issue not quite done when the convention has hit, where he went over. He did it as a video style, where it was just all the ninjas and Transformers.
All the ninjas and Transformers?
Yes, going over all the ninja Transformers.
Oh my god.
Yes, and like some deep pulls on that one there too. Like Six Shot, Great Shot. The Transformers Go Ninjas.
God.
The others. How technically Sideswipe is a ninja because he had one toy that was like a ninja repaint.
Did he?
Apparently, it was like one of the quick changers or whatever. It was like a ninja something Sideswipe. Like this is I didn't not the G1 Sideswipe. Sorry, the RAD 2014 Sideswipe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was a single ninja repaint of that. Yes, but it was a good panel. It's a fun panel. Like he does fantastic stuff. His art is also fantastic too. Saturday night, one of the things that happens too, like after everything closes up and all that, there's a whole group that does a Slurpee run. I'm not sure how familiar you gents are with Slurpees. I don't know how big those are in the UK.
They're there. I wouldn't say like a cultural thing, but you can get Slurpees.
Okay, well, this has been going like on for a decade. We have like a regular at the convention there, Goober, who is a complete force of nature of a person who just rallies together a group of people like around 10 at night, and we all go over to the nearest convenience store that has Slurpees or gas station or whatever, and we had 50-something people all going over there to get Slurpees. It takes us like 2 hours there and back, more or less, in terms of just because like when you have a huge group, it takes forever to get somewhere, and then everyone going in and buying stuff and then coming back out.
That sounds wild, but I've seen crazy things.
It is wild. It is certainly something. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what else in terms of panels. Honestly, I've been coming to these long enough that with a lot of the voice actor panels, like it's like I've seen enough of them that it's like I'm satisfied with like chatting with the guests a little bit, saying hi to them. The script reading on Saturday is always a highlight. That is always a lot of fun because we have Phil on staff there. He does a new script every convention there that incorporates the guests and their characters, and then there's about usually 4 or 5 characters that are then auditioned by the actual audience.
Oh, that's
so we all take turns doing our lines, and then the voice actors, the judges go and pick who's going to be in the script reading, and then the script reading happens. And it's usually a very, very fun script. Usually,
I was going to say, what was it about this time around?
It's all actually been its own continuity, and like like this is a running continuity that's been going like for forever. This entire continuity. It's just new characters swap into the story every convention depending on who's there at that con.
Fair play.
Like this is a long running story. I can't remember what year Phil started this particular storyline, but like he was definitely poking fun at how convoluted stuff was. Like because we had Frank Tadaro as a guest, so Starscream's in it, and Starscream as a villain is a holdover from multiple conventions. So it is Starscream and Starscream's ghost possessing Slipstream's body, which in itself is which itself was hijacked from Windblade. It's convoluted and it's glorious. Like people make fun of how convoluted that was. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes.
TF Nation does their own script readings, but it's it's usually isolated things like one-off things. But
yeah, and I think it was the same with BotCon back in the day too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had some great guests this year. David K, Venus Terzo, David K, Venus Terzo, Frank Tadaro. Paul Lighting was here. Paul Lighting is a gem. Sadly, Terry McGovern had a last-minute medical emergency, so he couldn't make the con. Mm-hmm. But the others were all there. They were a lot of fun. Like David and Paul have been here a number of times. They are always fantastic. Venus has been here a number of times as well. And Frank, I've seen him at other conventions too. Like I just back in LA, and like they're all fantastic people.
So, what's kind of something like I always liked about TF Nation was kind of the there was very few barriers between the guests and the attendees after hours. So, like, would you ever see guests mingling in like the after hours bar or something like that, or is it a bit more standard convention where people kind of like guests do their own thing, attendees do their own thing?
It's very much a guest by guest thing in terms of what they do. I think with David, he does have family in this area, so like part of the thing he does when he's up here is visit people. I know it's I think Frank, I'm not sure if Frank was hanging out in the bar or not. He does know a lot of people at the convention, and he does tend to do that, but the Slurpee run kept me out of the bar for a couple of hours until it closed, so I'm honestly not sure. One regular person who's like always there in the bar there and everything is Aaron Archer's always there. Like he is a regular at the convention. Like he has a table every year. He knows a lot of us. Like he's just one of us. So like he just comes up to hang with people.
Yeah, like so he kind of the TFcon version of Nick Roach.
I suppose, yeah. Although James Roberts is probably close to that, considering how often James has come to TFcon.
Yeah, I saw you'd both James and Jack this time around, didn't you?
Yes, I'm waiting on art from Jack that I'll probably be getting in the bar tonight.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So what's been your pickups? What's been your favorite pickups that weren't a raffle prize?
I have gotten a lot of stuff, crazy amount of stuff. I haven't opened everything yet, but the exclusives looked pretty rad. I've only opened the Eris repaint, the Eris Armadon, the Megatron. That one's a fun toy. The original Eris was good, so yeah, this one's that, but our Bottom Megatron, and that's a lot of fun. I've not mucked with it yet, but I've seen the Stalker Huntsman out of the box in person. It looks gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous there. And
every time you say that, Andy dies a little inside.
Oh, and that honestly, that figure is responsible for me going and buying the Thunderclash in the dealer room because of all the Euro G1 exclusives we're getting.
Oh, actually, you can answer something about me. Did they engineer out the bird mode? Yes, they did.
Yes, they did engineer. Yes, the backpack folds up differently because they got rid of the bird wings there. And they did that partly so that they could budget in all of the Stalker stuff because he's got the new head, he's got the satellite dish, he's got the missiles, and he's got the wheels sticking out on the sides that Double Dealer doesn't have.
Oh, wow. Andy, this sounds great.
Yeah, and they take advantage of the fact that because the original Double Dealer did have a second robot mode, there's multiple ways to transform the legs. So because of that, he actually does have his legs transformed like the original too.
Oh, wow. What an amazing sounding toy.
Why?
No, it looks really good. I can't wait to open it up. So,
fuck both of you. Fuck Mikey because he's a cunt, and fuck you for having it. Fuck you.
Yeah, and from what I remember on the TFW thread, I believe Chosen Prime was saying that for the UK crowd, probably going to be cheaper to just get through Fans Hobby directly when they put theirs.
No,
They did sell it at the show on Saturday.
I wouldn't be
Ooh,
surprised.
But they are going to have some stock for online, so.
Andy, if I see it at TF Nation, I'll pick it up.
I won't be able
For
to
me.
pay you though. I was gonna say there's no
for me.
point.
And then I'll ask. The two of us will send you photos of our stalkers.
Ah, it hurts.
Also,
Why is it the only other
the-
stalker? It sucks. There should be more stalkers. It should be.
Yes. What we need at conventions is more stalkers.
We
absolutely.
need more stalkers in public places.
I need
That's all
more
we need.
stalkers.
But yeah,
What else?
one thing I did pick up, which I finally just managed to transform, was you remember the amazing Spino's Waspinator design? The toy they did of that.
Oh, that's cool. I really love Amazing Spine. I've been following him from the paleo side of things for ages. But because his dinosaur art is kind of nuts. And then he does the dinosaur girl art, which is, well, take it or leave it, I suppose. But his wasp, I like it. There's some good designs in there. It's just like they're not figures, and I don't buy art prints of half naked ladies, so I'm not really into.
No,
You
you're
know,
more
just kinda like-
you're more into downloading it than paying.
Well,
for
no,
it,
I do it. I just like he'll come up and just like, okay, what's that supposed to be? Okay, it's supposed to be a Carcharodontosaurus. You got the teeth wrong. Just saying it.
Oh, for God's sake!
But
It's
he
porn,
got-
Mikey. It's
he
not
got
meant to
the
be
teeth wrong.
accurate.
He got the fucking teeth wrong.
Oh my
Just
God.
saying. But his Waspinator, like, how is that to handle? Because like, it looks really cool, but it also looks fiddly as hell.
Those are accurate statements. I will say to its credit, I wouldn't say there's any issues with build quality on it. Like mine, if anything, a few parts are maybe a little too tight. Like it feels fairly solid, but yes, absolutely, it is very complicated to transform. I only just got it in alt mode, like during the last panel, and now I'm like, okay, well, now I need to get it back in the bomb mode so I can put it back in the box.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's a neat looking figure, I suppose. One thing I was mucking a bit with as well, I got one of these in the charity auction, was the Super 7 Bonsaitron.
Ooh.
I got one a little bit cheaper through the charity auction, and it is very much it is worth the $40 I paid for it. It is not worth retail.
Yeah, what is it retail in Canada?
The cheapest I saw it for in the dealer room was $55. Some people had.
Would you like to know retail here?
Let me guess. It's like 80 pounds or something, or
85.
what the hell?
Yeah, I actually
That is
just
absurd.
this week, just because I was getting tired of waiting for it, I cancelled the pre-order I had for the Super 7 Tarn because that thing's like a year and a half delayed, and I'm just like, and I was just like, I was just looking at the first wave and just like, I want to experience one of these, but like,
Right.
I've seen them in person and they're impressive looking pieces, but it's just like,
Right.
holy hell, the money.
Yeah, I did get a bunch more toys and stuff too. There's some neat pickups in there, but I think overall though, like one of the fun things too is that once you pick up enough things and you've hit the point of, you know what, I've spent enough money. What's more money? But like some of the art I picked up is pretty good as well. The artist Sally is pretty great. Whole ton of very talented artists in there. A number of them were doing commissions. So I did get a couple of couple pieces of one of my OCs from a couple of artists. Just to plug them. Yeah. They did fantastic work. Yeah.
Anyone you want to name drop for people who might want to get online commissions or anything?
Yes, absolutely. I'm just looking up the name of the second one because I did make sure to take info so that I could get them all of that stuff there. Like when I do scan it in. One is known as one of the ones in the alley is known as Evil Soul Art. They did fantastic work. Like it was a gorgeous piece. And then the other one would be a longtime name in the fandom, Silas, aka Supermura Prime on TFW 5.
I didn't know he was still going, to be honest.
Same, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's still around. You see him on TFW from time to time. He's still, I don't think he's been up to TFcon for a bit, but he does still do conventions. He still draws pretty ladies. Like, he's still very talented artist.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good to see him. So, like, so many people that were good to see at the convention. It was, yeah, it's been a lot of fun, yeah.
Did you get to see the third-party reveals? Anything there
the third party. Oh, the third party panel stuff. That panel is. I think I would sum up that panel by saying that was. My wallet is dead and buried, and they still keep trying to take stuff out of it.
Please, he's already dead.
Yes, it's that. Yeah, there were some prototypes of some new stuff there in the dealer room that were really interesting too. Actually, one you guys might want to look into a little bit as well, because it might be up, like Mikey at Zally, for instance. There's a company in there called Toy Notch, which I believe they're under the overall umbrella of like the Mastermind Creation stuff there. You know, like how they also do the Astrobots and everything.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a line. There's no release dates yet because apparently this is based on a manga. This line here, it's called Adventure Cloud.
Oh yeah. Daryl shared a picture of that, and I was just like, oh no, I like it.
Yes, they look amazing. But yeah, apparently it's a manga that's already running. And the reason there's no dates on the toys is because they're still undergoing negotiations with all the media tie-ins.
Ah.
Because apparently there's like some sort of animated series in the works. There's the idea of bringing the manga over to, like, it's all like in flux right now. So they don't have any dates on anything, but they looked really good. One of them looked just about done there. Like it had tampograph and everything.
Mm-hmm. I only saw prototypes. I didn't see a tampoed one.
Yeah, no. There's four of them in there. One of them does have tampoed faces.
Ah.
But like that one turns into it looks like it turns into some sort of a warthog. It looks like, but she looks really good.
Like if people want to say Cybertronian Beast on Twitter, he retweeted these. He mocked me for saying I like them, so they're well worth looking at.
Okay, yeah. They are gorgeous. There's another one that's like a plane that turns into some sort of a witch. Like it's great. Like the nose front of the plane is the witch.
Yeah, that looked great. And there was like some knight fella with a big sword at the back as well. He looks like he's turned into some sort of big jet.
Yes, that's what it looked like too. And there's another one that turned into some sort of like dragster vehicle. It looks like. They all look very good. They had all the prototypes for the Ocular Max Defense on display as well.
Oh, that's been in development for a good long while.
Yes. We've got. I think that it's Q4 of this year, supposedly when Hotspot is out. Although it's Mastermind Creations time, so I'm assuming that means Q1 or Q2 of next year. But But I mean, the next three are Hotspot's going to be the next one, and then after that, I forget if it's I forget what the order on Blades and Groove are, but they're coming out after the Hotspot. Like Groove honestly looks like the weakest of the three, but the Hotspot looks gorgeous.
It's Ocular Max. I still haven't seen anyone, official or unofficial, to top the Ocular Max RC.
Oh yes, that one is great. They had their double dealer on display too. That one's going to be out very soon.
Oh, cool.
I think it's like out in a month or two.
Oddly enough, I thought that was already out. I was sure it was out, but clearly it's
no. It's very close. Like they have like a fully painted one there, so that's probably like a near final session.
What was it they were doing as well? Like they're redoing a Springer. They're redoing Ocular Max Springer into movie drift.
Yes. That thing looks fantastic, and that plays into
way better than I thought it should.
Yes, and I think a few of us will end up getting that in just my own group, probably because of just our own in-joke memes going back a few years when we were making Little Mermaid jokes pertaining to Springer, like in the bar. All related to how if you have transform him, he's got a mermaid mode.
Yes.
No, it's a whole running thing in a friend group of mine. So.
But I'm drawn to any movie drift thing because of a very old running joke of ours. So believe me, I understand. Mine is much worse. I disagree with you on the Metagate Bludgeon. That thing looks incredible, in the slides. Do you think? Because for me, I think
it's sort of an Andrew Wildman art piece to me.
Okay, yeah, maybe that. Yeah, no, Wildman-y. I could see Wildman. Maybe that's, to be fair, I was never a huge Wildman fan, so maybe that's another reason it's a turn off for me, but I'd say Wildman-y. I was drawn to we'll after you're gone, we'll probably go through like the whole thing, but like the Planet X sludge made me laugh.
Nick Birch faces.
Yeah, that made me laugh a bit because it was, wow, what a great robot mode. Which panel did they use for the dino mode?
Which child did they let draw the dinosaur mode?
which blurry panel did they get for the proportions of the dino mode?
Are you telling me, Mikey, that this isn't accurate?
It's a little different, shall we say, from how he looks in the comic.
I'm pretty sure I had a plastic toy that looked like this, to be fair.
But man, I love that robot mode.
Yeah, the robot mode's really good.
Yes, that face sculpt looks fantastic. And
Yeah.
going off a couple of those pictures, it looks like either he's got an alternate face or the mouth opens. I can't tell.
His mouth definitely opens. There's a very slight opening to the mouth. Not massive, though. I like it.
That's what it looked like to me, because there's two different expressions, yes.
You know what the face reminds me of? Not oddly enough, Bulkhead. It reminds me more of some of the duck designs from DuckTales. You know, like the Launchpad ones where they have the really big beak.
I can see that.
Yeah. So if you want to, I don't know, custom this into a DuckTales Launchpad, that's a challenge for you.
And there's tying into stuff there, given Terry McGovern was supposed to be here, and he played Launchpad.
I'm assuming Sludge will get redone into G2 as well, which I think I'd actually rather that, just for color variants. No, it was really honestly like there's more in this panel than I was expecting to get into.
We got a lot at the panel.
How do the panels usually feel on the day? Because usually, at least from my and Mikey's perspective, where we're kind of reporting on this stuff the day after, we're going, we know about this, we know about this, we know about this. Oh, that's one thing new, but we know about this.
It was a lot of new stuff in this year's panel, I thought. Like, there was a lot of cool stuff. I'm just refreshing my memory looking at the slides now. Like, those scraplets look pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, I like them.
Those were fun. Like, those got a good audience reaction.
Very good for Dr. Wu. It's very much in Dr. Wu's kind of...
yes. And that Primus, a lot of us were reacting to that since, like, the photos showed up on Friday, so...
It is weird that we've never really had, like, legit scraplets until now.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I would have thought
there was an official scraplet. There was a scraplet in the Cyberverse storyline.
Yeah, that's right.
There was this little tiny, like he had a spinning mouth.
I don't remember it being well received, though.
Well, no one remembered it because it was like it was a little random because I don't remember. Scraplets were in like one episode very early on or something.
I know that the Fans Toys reveals got some reactions from the standpoint of, oh hey, finally they're finishing these teams. Because people have been waiting a while for them to finish those teams.
It was like Superion, a couple of aerial bots, and a couple for the Metasaur.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I mean, the Tidal Wave, of course, that Tidal Wave looked pretty amazing.
Yeah, no,
like the Tidal Wave one.
The only thing I've seen negative about Tidal Wave is someone going like, "Oh, I wish they weren't so stylized."
I could see that. I can understand that, but
I like it. I think he looks good. He has proportions and can move.
Yeah, he looks amazing. Yeah,
I wouldn't say him having articulation is stylized though, apart from stylizing him into a modern toy.
Because you know who else got more articulation, like actual knees? The Fans Hobby Megatron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's a question. Do you have the Fans Hobby Megatron?
I do, yes. It's gorgeous.
Do you have the Legacy Armada Megatron?
I do, actually, yes.
Yeah.
That's also nice.
How do they compare? Because obviously there's a vastly different price gap between them, and one looks more like Armada Megatron. The Fans Hobby one does. How do you feel they stack against each other?
Well, one is much more like, they're completely different things. Like, one is going for more of a masterpiece style than the other one. So, one is half the size. So, I think the Armada one is a fun little toy that homages it. It was fun, actually, like with Aaron, during Aaron Archer's panel there, he was talking a little bit about just, some of the new toys that they did of some of the designs he worked on back in the day. Like there was a remark he made, at his table, too, with regards to Armada Prime, where he was like, yeah, it's kind of interesting just how, this was about the Transmel 2 Megatron, where he's talking about, it's weird how, you draw all this stuff there and then seeing them like just going and recreating all the stuff that you drew like 20 years ago, sort of thing. So, like all these same lines and stuff, all these same lines that were in the original designs that are all still there. So, like he's definitely finding it pretty neat that like that they're updating all of these old toys, and just the fact that they're uncompromised by like needing to put gimmicks and stuff in. Like Aaron's great.
So what Aaron's saying, what he's saying is it's better for them not to have gimmicks.
Well, it's very different, I suppose. They're making them for a different audience. So
he's saying that they're better to not have gimmicks, Chris McFeely. Please remember that.
Welcome to it.
I don't think
2009.
Yeah, that's an old cut.
I don't know if he's specifically saying that because most of Aaron's tenure on Transformers involved doing gimmicks and stuff like that, and there were some pretty cool gimmicks in there. So according to General
Tekno, Aaron Archer said McFeely needs to go and suck his own cock, and gimmicks are shit. You heard it here first. Breaking news. We're done.
I feel like we may be misrepresenting our fine guests.
No, that sounds 100% right. Fuck you, Chris McFeely. Gimmicks were shit. Suck a cock.
Andy, it's been
19,000 years.
12 years.
Yes. And there was a cool song made for it as well.
It was before I showed up.
I know, the good times.
If you really want to rip on just tuned deaf Canadians here, like there's a friend of mine here, Matt, who does a lot for the convention. Like he's the one who was hosting the third party panel this year. Like, so he does a lot, like just running around at this show, just on staff. But he is originally Welsh, and not a particularly tall person, remember. And yet, because he has a vaguely British Isles accent. There was a whole running joke because of the fact that people have misheard this, that he is like the teacher Chris McFeely, to the point where it's like he sounds nothing like Chris. It's a different accent. It's a completely different accent. He looks nothing like Chris. Chris is probably like a foot or so on, like given how big Chris is.
Oh, yeah.
They look nothing alike. The only similarity is that they vaguely both sound like they're from the same general set of islands. But so that has become a running joke there.
Wales and Ireland, I guess, are somewhat close. I guess
geographically,
but they don't sound the same. It's just
no,
we don't. And I don't sound the same as Chris.
No,
we don't even sound the same in the same island.
No.
But I do like the idea of a Welsh Chris McFeely, but only speaking in Welsh, though.
Yeah.
Please answer this complicated Transformers question. Bits for 15 vowels.
Oh my god.
Yeah. If either of you do ever come over here, I will say in terms of events to do, the customizing class on the Friday is always a lot of fun. It goes pretty much all day. Like this year we did Legacy RC into Psycho.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we had a new head to work with. They provide all the paints and stuff. And it was, it's usually just a fun day of, just hanging out with people at a table, painting stuff out. You walk in and out here and there just to take some breaks. It's nice and low key as a way to start off things.
Are there any things you would have liked to have seen improved on for next year?
For the convention?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I think one thing that I kind of missed, and it's not really the convention itself. There's a couple of regulars like on staff who weren't here this year, and it was like, oh man, they were not here. You kind of notice that they're not here. But I have no idea what their circumstances are for traveling and such. There may have been something, may not, but I definitely miss seeing all the regulars. It's always a blast to see regulars and get to just say hi, how's it going, even if you don't know people super well. But overall, though, the con went pretty well. I know, on my list for years has been, please get Hayao Sakamoto as a artist guest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a very specific need for him to draw a Beast Wars Metals Air Razor for me. Beast Wars Metals manga Air Razor specifically.
Yeah, I know. I know where you're going with. For various reasons, I know where you're going with this, but...
See, I like to think I know what Mikey would get for himself now. I think, Mikey, you would get yourself a Mayor Megatron.
Oh, God, yes. I would get, Mayor Megatron. full
Which body?
tie. Ooh, I'd actually go. He was at TF Nation one year, and I didn't get something done. I regret it now, like years later. But I think, I would go for I'd go all out and get like a bit of a complicated piece, and like have like the small Megatron up front, and then like have the headmaster body behind him, and then have green Megatron as well.
Yeah, final form, yes.
Yeah. The final form of Mayor Megatron, which is Ratchet.
Yeah. Like a lot of people did very well. Alex is back in the show again this year. Alex Mill.
Awesome.
He had his new Robot Smut book.
Yeah. Oh, here's a, as a man with his foot on the floor in the door, get up, walk the dinosaur. Did his hot oil book sell, and did they sell well?
They definitely sold very well. When I was wandering by later today, I was actually surprised he still had copies, but I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that those have definitely dwindled. But like, just to get it put in perspective, like Alex Milne's line at TFcon, like people love the Robot Smut. So like his line, because he'll talk to people, he'll do sketches in people's books for them. It was one of the longer lines among the guest lines.
That sounds about right.
And one of the slower moving lines.
Mm-hmm.
Like David K's line was pretty long, but Alex's was like there were people who were in that line for quite a while waiting to buy the book.
Because he's been. I was just curious because he's been pushing that book for a good few weeks now. So like, I was very curious to see how it sold.
Oh yeah, he knows it. Well, Alex knows his audience. He very much knows his audience. There's a reason he did a volume 2.
Oh dear. Also, sir, just let you know that it is 10 to 9 here, so it's 10 to 4 there.
Yeah, so I should probably be. I was just thinking that, so I should probably be heading back down shortly. We're about to have the organizer Q&A panel where Colin, the main organizer of TFcon, who does very much, who runs this convention, who runs the LA one, runs the Chicago one, runs a whole series of other like smaller toy shows in the like Southern Ontario area over the course of the year. Like it's mostly him doing all that stuff, and he puts like. So when people are complaining about stuff going on with the convention and stuff, remember the organizer is not someone who one is a very busy person, and two is generally not an online person.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw a lot of that in the last couple of months, and just like you're talking to someone who is like very, very busy and who is not communicating in the medium you're all communicating in. So if you want to talk to him, approach directly in as polite and friendly and professional a way as possible.
Yes, because he will be up there. He will be answering questions, and Colin generally he is when he gives answers to questions, he is very much a straight shooter when he gives answers.
Excellent. So hopefully we'll actually have some answers regarding Florida and everything else, and what the plan is for that.
That'll depend if he's asked, but yeah, we'll probably find out the dates for some convention down the road. I'm assuming it'll either be like the LA dates or next year's Toronto dates that'll get announced.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so we won't hold you, but thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for responding to my inviting myself on the show.
Well, I'm happy to have you. Anything you want to plug or anything before you head away?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like all my social media stuff is at General Tekno. Like on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all that stuff. I've been doing a lot of streaming like for toy openings and stuff. I will probably do some stuff this week, opening up some of my TFcon hall once I get home. What else? TFcon, it's always a great time, always a fantastic time. And yeah, I guess that's about it right now. Hopefully at some point they put the customizing panel I did today up on the TFcon website, because yeah, I went through a lot of stuff and I just barely made it under the wire in terms of my time. So
well, anyway, head away. Thanks so much, and keep up the good work.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Yes.
Wear your proper clothes. It's weird seeing you in human clothes. So.
All right. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you very much, man.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was a cool little segment. Thank you again, General Tekno.
That was El Jefe.
El Jefe. Is that what you call him?
Well, when he's not here.
Oh. But not in person.
Technically, I've never actually been in person with him, so.
Well, that's what you get for not going to TFcon.
I'd like to. I'm hoping to, but hey, finances. What are finances?
Baby, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
In the wallet.
No more. We got should we talk about the third party woo woo that we saw then?
Yeah, let's do that.
Do you want to talk about the panel, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, no, I'll go through.
Yeah, you better do it because I've got to have all the pictures up.
As is tradition.
Yeah.
This will be just because we've used an hour of the show. This will be a fairly quick rundown, and we'll be focusing on some new stuff. So, there was a Make Toys reveal for the G2 Ramjet, MP Ramjet, which was a TFcon exclusive. It's good colors G2 Ramjet, not brown Ramjet, proper Ramjet.
Oh.
I don't think there's much new to say on him, apart from the fact he looks good.
Yeah, I kind of wish they'd give him a new face to look crazy. Whenever I see a G2 face, I'm always like, make him look really extreme. That's what I would like. But I get why they don't do it, you know.
After that, we had an interesting one. Li Jiang Bianjing Gorilla. So this, I actually saw this in Show Z the day before yesterday. This is a sort of off-brand third-party stylized Optimus Primal.
Have we talked about it before? Is this the first
not
time?
Expensive. Nope, this has appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's up in Show Z, so like you can pre-order it for $30. So nothing too much. I like it. I like the design.
Very Zoidy. It feels Zoidy, especially the face.
Like the transformation is clearly borrowing a lot from Kingdom and everything else, but I like it. I like the proportions of the body and everything else.
I guess my only issue is the ball joint, or the joint that comes off the chest, off the shoulder area to go into the actual shoulder. There's a bit too big of a gap there. It's very obvious. You can see where the joint detaches and it looks a bit floaty. Apart from that, it looks pretty good. This looks like it would be an interesting. I don't want to say it's like the crap that you'd see in like a knockoff store. We'd be like, oh, that actually is a neat design, but it's got that kind of odd design that would stack up nicely next to a Transformer. I don't think it'll mesh in with a Transformer shelf though, at all.
No, it doesn't. It definitely feels like a different robot. Just following a lot of transformation cues, but I mean, it's one of those ones I don't think I'd buy it online, but I definitely consider picking it up in person. And like, I don't know anything about the company, so there would be like concern like, how is it standing up? How's the quality? But I saw a stop motion review and it looked really good. So
how was the transformation on it? Since I imagine they showed that.
Unimpressive, if I'm honest, but it's like, have you seen how Kingdom Optimus Primal transforms?
Yeah.
Basically that.
Okay.
But I like the aesthetics a lot more, if I'm honest.
Would you describe it almost as like a heavy retool in a lot of ways?
Yeah, definitely has the same transformation skeleton.
Okay.
New Age showed Redosaurus. I think the only new thing there was that we saw G2 Redosaurus, so G2 Sludge.
We saw like all of the new versions of Sludge, because previously we'd only seen the cartoon accurate version. Now we've seen the toy version, the G2 version, and the translucent version. Because go fuck yourself. Of course they're doing the translucent version. Yeah. So we saw technically we saw 3, but a lot of them are just Sludge. Yeah,
it's like darker sludge, transparent sludge. I do like the G2 one because I've always liked G2 colors. Like I said, for the Planet X one, I'd love if he came out in the G2 colors. So yeah, and some Grimlocks, but those are the same Grimlocks. Spark Eaters, or Scraplets rather. It's a translucent version of the existing Scraplet in green and blue. It does look good.
Is there a reason why they're translucent, do you think? I can't think of any time that they were ghosty.
No, is there a scene in Prime where there's spirit Scraplets? I don't know.
I don't think so. Maybe it's just to look cool. Maybe that's the idea, just coolness.
Real cool. And then we also get to see their tactical commander, Ultra Magnus, and also we get to see, I think this is a reveal of Wheeljack and Marlboro, or Exhaust.
Marlboro.
Yeah. And also, what's his name? Blue Evil Wheeljack. What's his name again?
It's Slicer.
Slicer. Thank you.
Yeah. Not Shattered Glass Wheeljack. No. No.
Yeah. And then also Perceptor. A little bit on the chunky side, I would say. Very Doctor Wu.
The Micromaster scale, so they are going to be a little bit fat. I wonder, do you notice on all the heads, they've all got a line running down the center of their head?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that is the design process. Maybe they only design half the head and then mirror it. I would imagine that won't be on the figure. I don't think it's on the Ultra Magnus. It's not on the Ultra Magnus.
Super clear. If it is there, I hope it's not super clear or anything.
Yeah, well, like I say, it's not on the Ultra Magnus. I'm thinking it's maybe just for the rendering process, which, fair enough. But I noticed it and thought it was, especially on Perceptor, and thought it was strange to look at.
Astrobots have a new figure revealed. So there, for anyone who doesn't know, Astrobots they started off as a fictionless posable toy figure, really super posable. And now they've got a comic that's coming out at the moment. I haven't read it, but Simon Furman's writing it. And they've got a female figure that they announced a few months back, and now they're announcing a new figure. It kind of looks like if Skyquake went to anime.
Is that the great prototype one? Which one do you mean?
Yeah, Atlas. The face makes me think Prime Skyquake.
Okay. Oh, TF Mike said the scraplets were never dead, just scary, or spirits. So it's just stylistic. No, I see what you're saying. I tell you what the backpack reminds me of for Atlas. It reminds me a little bit of do you remember the anime robot that you told me about where they make weird sex noises to combine together, and it has a big, long, stretchy arm?
Oh, Godowner.
Is that what it's called? I thought it was like Aquarion or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
The
I remember
backpack makes me see that silhouette kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Savage Atlas, who I think is a different figure. But yeah, I like the sort of the tail and the horns and stuff like that. That looks really cool. And Big Shank. Metagate, they've just got a repaint of their Nemesis and Bludgeon, who we've already talked about. Lucky Cat are still showing their Ratio Combiner Devastator, which isn't this out?
Again,
I've seen reviews of this whole set.
Yeah, I felt that because we talked about this. It feels like years ago. I mean, we didn't, but it feels like we talked about it a while ago.
No, I mean, I was looking at. I nearly bought the first set during the week.
Why don't you do it? You need. I think you need to start buying those box transformer things. Oh,
I have a couple of Beast box. I do want more. They're insane. They're absolute. Whoever is engineering those is drunk on power. But we've also got Lucky Cat showing their teeny tiny Bumblebee.
Oh my god, he's tiny.
He is very, very wee. He looks quite posable. He comes with swappable weapon arms, hands, and a new head for a face mask.
Wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, this is for the size. This is so wee.
Does it transform?
It's so incredibly wee. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
you see the alt mode's a little gappy, but we will allow for physics.
It's 2 inches tall. It's whatever. You know.
I think it looks good. Studio Cell is doing their Primus, who does look pretty solid. They've lightened the proportions a bit. He does look fairly ridiculous when he's doing an action pose and pointing because his shoulder is blocking his face.
I don't like it.
You don't like the Primus at all?
No, I don't like the design. I don't like the color choices. I don't like the color choices because it's a bit too Optimus Prime-y colors. And I don't think you should just be like, hey, Optimus Prime, he's the only Prime that matters, so this is going to be the Prime's colors.
What if God was one of us?
Yeah, exactly. I feel the design kind of was a little bit more interesting for Galaxy Force, to be honest.
What if they repainted it? What if they repainted it into Galaxy Force colors?
Again, maybe it's the silhouette with the big ring behind his head. Kind of nice. It kind of makes me feel, or gives me vibes of Indian Buddhas and Indian mythology things where they have the big rings behind them. which I like the idea of. Kind of gives him a holy look. But the face, again, just doesn't quite do it for me. I think the planet mode looks good. You know, it's a round ball. It's not an interesting planet because it's just meant to be Cybertron, not like a big old munchy one like Unicron. I don't know. Maybe it's missing some. Maybe it just needs a stupid big gun or a big stupid cape. Or maybe they should lean into that kind of. Do you know the Asura's Wrath? Maybe
yeah.
Maybe lean into some of the bosses' kind of looks, because some of those had big rings behind them as well, and kind of go really flamboyant for like accessories. That could be neat. Because what do you call him? I think they called it Azura. The redo of not Chakra, Rampage. That looked nuts. Yeah, I saw a stop animation of that recently, and I thought that looked good. And if they, wanted to do more of that, that'd be good. If they wanted to lean into that design aesthetic for this again to make him look visually more godly, I think that would be quite a good idea. At least. Why not? What about you, Mikey? Do you like it?
I like the posability and stuff. I wouldn't say I'm particularly into the design beyond I think it does look like a cool figure. It's just like, it's a little plain in robot mode, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
But hey, I do like, they're clearly trying to bring in like a lot of articulation and stuff like that. The other ones they're doing are some stylized Devastators. So it's basically, what did they show? They showed Scrapper, Scavenger, and Long Haul. Look like they are
stylized, very stylized.
Which, I'll take that over the 5 million Devastators.
Yeah.
I don't love. It's Bone Crusher. I don't love Bone Crusher's alt mode.
Why?
Because it does slightly look like they got 3 rectangles and put a scoop on the front.
I mean, is that not what like his vehicle mode kind of is, though?
Well, maybe make it look a little less obvious that this is what you were working with.
I'm kind of amused by the fact this is like a Cybertronian mode, and to be like, hey, how do we keep the silhouette? Well, for the Canopy, why don't we just replace that with missiles?
Missiles.
Pronounced
missiles.
Missiles is.
We also get to see a few shots of Devastator from awkward angles.
Yeah, poor Mixmaster's not even fully rendered.
Yeah, no, that's what Mixmaster is going to look like. He's going to be a block.
Just squares. That's great. Okay, yeah.
You shall be squares. That way we get around your weird foot. But no, I think it looks, it could be interesting. I want to see like physical prototypes. These are just CAD models. Who was next? Oh yes, the new crowd on the block, Collection Space. Who announced Little Bee, who is Sexy Lady Bumblebee with more back kibble than Nicey, which is an achievement.
Is it removable?
I don't think so.
You should always make it removable as an option.
Yeah,
always.
Again, Nicey, big benefit for Nicey was that she had a lot of kibble, but it did come off. And had a function with like weapons and stuff like this. This looks hinged. I'm looking at it now. This looks hinged. Basic robot mode is kind of your standard, like, hey, have you had a Flame Toys Windblade or RC? that silhouette. Even that face style, just in like Bumblebee armor, and then but there's like these 2 big kibble wings that I really hope you can do something with. The accessories are like a stand, a movable stand, 4 different faces. You get neutral face, shouting face, pursed lipped kissy face, and smiley face. Bunch of hands, a couple of guns, and a shield. I actually think the base figure looks fun, but boy howdy, would I not be looking forward to her transformation is you squish it into a ball and put a car over it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there's going to be much actual integration of the robot to the vehicle. And I know, obviously, there's some demands, especially since Volkswagen is a lot less malleable than RC Space Car.
I kind of wish they'd gone for the Bishojo statue version.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they'd taken, not like the exact aesthetics, but the energy, the kind of youthful energy of that character, because this, just like you say, just looks too similar, I think, to the Flame Toys and to Nicey in terms of that like look. It doesn't look it doesn't look like the character Bumblebee, but if girl, it just looks like what if anime robot girl happened to also be Bumblebee?
What if anime robot girl put on Bumblebee hat?
Oh yeah, backpack. You mean backpack and hat? Yeah,
Yeah.
Backpack and hat. Yeah. I'm not big. I think it's an interesting idea. I just think there needed to be more artistic design to it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Anyway, after that, we got Planet X, who revealed their IDW Sludge, who has a Saltosaurus mode, not an Apatosaurus mode. Get it right. And as we said with Tekno, does look slightly like someone was drawing from the wrong reference sheet. Doesn't look quite right in Dino mode. The head, so Sludge's Dino head is a little like distinct in the comic, but this has that like panels are not meant to be 3D, and we had trouble converting it vibe. The Grimlock doesn't have. Like I've seen Grimlock in person, he looks good from all angles. So,
well, I think
robot mode
isn't it more because because this isn't War for Cybertron, is it? This is
no.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know then.
Yeah,
maybe it's just an easy design because there have been so many Grimlocks. Maybe it's just easier for companies to do Grimlock at this point. Well, this is a bit more of a unique Sludge design because he's got the neck in the middle of his chest and all that jazz.
I do think the robot mode looks great. I've always liked that design, so I do think the robot mode looks really good. I think he's definitely not one I would transform a lot. Even apart from the fact that it's going to be a Planet X Dinobot, which means it will draw blood.
Especially his chest, right?
Oh yeah. Grimlock, I need to transform Grimlock again, and like I need gloves. You need to bring gloves. I love him, but there's a bitch at the legs. The legs are a bitch to transform. There's just this one step, and it just annoying.
Do you need a part separator kind of deal?
No, you need basically to believe you can stretch plastic and metal and that far apart and it won't break. You need faith. You need belief. Hopefully it won't have the QC problem that Grimlock had with the shoulder, which is fixable. If anyone doesn't know, shock oil. Basically, get some shock oil and get a wrench. And work the shock oil into the joint and use the wrench to move the elbow. If it's sticking on you, it will work fine afterwards, no bother. And it will stay working. Mine's been working perfectly for like the 6 months I've had it. But yeah, I think he looks really good next to Grimlock. I think I'll see if I'd be tempted to pick him up straight away because again, IDW Dinobot. But I'd almost want to hold out to see if they do. They must do a G2 version.
Well, they've done G2 Grimlock, so
yeah. And it like there's no debate in my mind about his Dino mode. Like I like his G2 color scheme, so Grimlock. It's like cool. They did the wrong Grimlock, but
it's a problem with third party, isn't it? You kind of run that gambit of will they? I mean, why wouldn't they do it? But I guess maybe they won't, but maybe they will. I think with Planet X, it's probably a bit safer, potentially.
Oh yeah, but anyway, we'll wait and see. Looking forward to seeing them colored. Then Iron Factory have their Drift retooled into Prowl, and then who is technically supposed to be one of the Samurai bots, but really isn't.
No, he's really not. Jesus.
They've got Hybrid Formula. What's the name of the car again? Hydra? No.
Fuck, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Chat, what's his name off the top of my head?
Came with the mammoth skeleton.
Yeah, he's part of the Rotor Force.
Yeah.
We'll get it in a bit.
Also, could have gotten him during the week as well.
Which one? The Legacy or this one?
The Wreckers 2-pack.
I should have.
I decided I would I was okay without him. But
what? Did you just want the mammoth?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have I would have taken it. I would have taken the sports car from you because I like him more than the mammoth. So if you see him for a good deal, let me know.
Well, he was a good deal for me because he would have been basically free. But we'll get to that. So yeah. Then as we were talking with Tekno, some stuff of the Fans Toys aerial bots, and there are various bits and bobs. No new things there. It's just like, hey, they're on the way. Mastermind Creations, Eris, Armadon, who I was still a little surprised to see her ending up being convention exclusive. But hey, we'll see what comes out of it.
Yeah, oddly enough, I thought she was out as well before this.
And then there's what? Does anyone know who this is? Question mark.
What a name. It kind of looks like... It's not. It can't be. But it kind of looks like Twin Twist Head.
Yeah.
Or Top Spin,
like,
whichever fucker it is. I don't know.
But like eye patch.
Yeah, but
like is it an original person? Yeah. Is it like an original guy or what's the story?
Third-party companies don't do original designs.
Well, Eris is original. She's just sort of kind of.
No,
no,
fuck off.
Kind of.
It's Woman, but Armada Megatron, which was originally Tarn, but what if boob version?
Yeah.
So I don't.
Because when I saw question mark, I thought it was going to be something like Punch Counter Punch, but.
No, the head color. Well, unless they recolor it, but the colored version of the art head doesn't work, does it? No, I just
can't think of a Transformer whose name would be question mark, unless it's like, hey, try guess who it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if you say question mark, the one that pops into your head is like, oh fuck, what's like the girl detective from the Legends comics?
Minerva?
No, the evil version of her.
Oh, Nightbeat.
Nightbeat, that's the one. Thank you. That's the only. Yeah, that's the question mark. I'd be okay. That
was the only reason I nearly got the Fans Toys Nightbeat this week.
Well, that's the only reason anybody gets the Nightbeat.
No, some people say they want Nightbeat.
Nah, they're lying. They're the people that say Devcon's a really cool character.
True.
They're lies. They're glue sniffers.
Just bring them up. You're lying.
Why are you lying?
Why are you lying? And then there's the one we were talking about with Tekno, Saltus Regenesis, which is the Springer into Movie Drift. I really like the paint scheme and the tempo pattern on the chest.
It's almost G2. It's almost G2.
I do like this one, I have to admit. I wasn't expecting to when I heard about the idea, but I do like it. And I'm surprised how well the just like taking Springer's head and giving him an extra antenna makes Movie Drift.
Haven't they just have they not done more to the head than that?
On the upper half of the head, but the bottom half of the head is pretty.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Conservative.
Yeah. XL Hedge says it's potentially repainted of the IDW Perceptor. I don't think so because we don't have like Oculus Max haven't done Perceptor yet anyway. So
yeah, IDW otherwise. But
and the Muslim Gamer says looks like Twin Twist. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like Mikey said. Maybe it's new. I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, apart from that, we've got the Defensor parts and the Devastator parts. Again, they're not super new. Then basically ending up in Fans Hobby, showing off some pictures of their Stalker. We now know that they did do some engineering change to get rid of the bird mode.
And I've seen an unboxing. There's definitely not the extra Godmaster in there, so you only get one Godmaster, which makes sense because, like General Tekno said, the bird mode's been pilfered out of it. So that's fair enough. Sad though.
But hey, Andy, let's keep an eye out for a UK release.
With a place that doesn't require PayPal.
Yeah. Let's see. We got to see images of their Jetfire, Armada Jetfire.
Yeah.
He be a chunky boy.
Less chunky than the original, so that's something.
True.
This actually looks like a fucking toy rather than the original, which was a fucking mess.
Yeah. These are all CAD things, so we do see what like the figure looks like. I mean, it's got like weird proportional issues that just come from being Armada Jetfire.
Yeah, he kind of has to be weird because he's legs primarily. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but we also see him combined with Naval Commander and
really
with Overload, and they both look good. They all look good.
Yeah. Really good.
Fans Hobby, dude, they do good. Then we have the Star Saber jets. They look fine.
Elite team.
I'm unfortunately always of the opinion that a Star Saber should come with like a removable blade section that you can swap out to be show accurate.
Oh, to look like an actual energy. Yeah. I agree.
But the big one here was a very, very large, chunky, like thick boy that is the MB-21 Armada Tidal Wave, who'll come with a mini-con. It looks like he's going to have at least light piping, if not glowing eyes.
It says with magnetic switch luminous LED eyes, so magnets.
Answer that. He will be able to shoot you with his boobs.
Woo!
He turns into the tree vehicles that combine into the big aircraft carrier jet thing. And
I wonder if the back piece will have the little seats. Do you remember the back part had little seats?
That
No
would be
one
cool.
could use them, but they were there. They were neat.
That would be fun. That would be really fun. And he does like combine onto the Megatron for a very silly upgrade mode.
It looks shit, but you know, it
always did.
It always did. Yeah.
But it's going to be fun now, and they've also done something to give him big booties, big Megazord booties.
Oh yeah. I don't think that really helps. That's very much that's the Japanese aesthetic of just. But what if we give him shoes?
He's a Megazord now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we validated it. Megazord.
Brave, Mikey. Yeah. Brave robot. That's better. Better than Megazord.
Yeah. It was hosted by Matt McNally, so everyone say thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah. I will say that the tidal wave will be worthwhile getting 100% when we get him in Energon colors. Guaranteed. What colors do you think he's going to come in? Show colors, which are the worst colors, I'd argue, or game colors?
I think expect show colors.
Yeah, like I say, I think they're the worst colors for tidal wave. Best colors are Energon, guaranteed. Fight me, I dare you. Lightning bolts, white and translucent green. Now, I don't mind if they don't do translucent green. I don't mind, because that's dangerous. If you want to do it with like just a really bright green paint, I'm fine with that. Just do the lightning bolts. That's important. It goes faster then. Yeah.
Oh yes, I forgot. If you don't have lightning bolts, you don't go faster.
It's like in Warhammer, orcs paint their vehicles red so they go faster. Orcs paint things purple so they become invisible. Law.
In that case, Andy, take us on to some less exciting news.
Oh wow, thanks. Sure. We'll talk about some crap because I didn't know how much info we were gonna get out of the news panel, the third party panel. So crap wise, we have something that I know some people really like. Some people really like these things. I don't know why. But we have a new keepsake ornament coming from Hallmark. It is to come in correlation with Rise of the Beast. It's an Optimus Primal ornament coming out for Christmas. Let me read you the blurb. Behind the calm and gentle-eyed, the gentle nature of Optimus Primal hides a power and fury that emerges when he converts to his thundering gorilla beast mode. Relive the action and adventure of the new movie Transformers Rise of the Beast with this Christmas tree ornament of the Maximal leader who unleashes his strength only when it is needed most. To protect the Maximals, he leads and the humans who have helped him make this planet home. It's done by a dude. Size is about what you would expect. It's done by a dude. It's coming out. It's coming out July. It's going to be $20 USian for Monkey. USian dollars. What do you think of Monkey? I think Mikey, if you plopped on a little Christmas hat and you drilled some holes in his hands and like stuck some pins in his hands to then like stick candy canes to him, or you could like make a little bag and then make it look, because one of his hands is held up like a fist, you could make it look like he's holding the bag and he's got the bag over his back, and with the Santa hat, that could be an actual Christmas ornament. You could literally make it into a proper Christmas ornament, chat. If you get this, make sure you do that. What do you think of it, Mikey?
As you said, you could make this into a Christmas ornament.
Should.
But I remain wanting to see the family where a wife looks at her husband and says, "You know what? I've always wanted on my tree a robot gorilla."
You know what the worst thing is, Mikey?
Then his husband will turn to his husband and then tell him, and then this weird triplet thing that I've invented in my head will all be just like slowly rotating around the tree, going robot gorilla. Robot gorilla.
You know what the worst thing is, Mikey?
I'm not wrong?
No, it's not that. He's got no dumpy. Where's the dumpy?
Oh, he does not. Yeah, he's a gorilla. Gorillas have significant dumpies.
They do. I know this because I've seen VTubers talk about Donkey Kong's dumpy, and this guy has no dumpy.
There is no junk.
He's just got a tag of where he was made on his ass. Is that a tramp stamp? Technically,
I suppose.
Yeah.
We can take solace in there is a technical tramp stamp.
There you go. Merry Christmas. He's a tramp stamp monkey.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
XL Hedge says, I want to see movie drift as RID drift. What do you think of that, Mikey?
I think you'd end up with the same color problem that that Andy and I have with Bludgeon, to be honest.
Okay. And the Muslim Gamer says, that head also reminds me of Armada Demolisher. The eye patch is similar. Oh. No, it is, actually.
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah, the only thing that doesn't work, I guess, is the color on it. But, it's a 2D image, so who gives a shit? It would be very bold of them to do Armada Demolisher, though. Because they haven't, Ocul Max haven't done any Armada characters. I don't think anyone's done an Armada Demolisher yet.
No, I would swear Mastermind had a plan for one. I'd swear it.
Maybe. It's a shame because I think he's got a neat design as well. Armada Demolisher. It's a neat design. Are we done with Monkey Bum, Mikey?
We're done with Monkey Bum.
No more Donkey.
Or are we? Because
no.
Beast Wars second Beast Wars Neo manga are getting reprints in Japan with some admittedly awesome looking covers.
Yeah. The reason I put this down is because does this mean eventually we will get a reprint of them or a translated version?
Oh, I think we'll get a translated version.
I hope so.
I still read Mazinger versus Transformers because that's insane. But Beast Wars Second and Beast Wars Neo, this was a tie-in monthly magazine comic that was made by Shoujo Imaki. So, like the Beast Wars Metals manga, it was very comedic. It was not a serious story. It was very weird. Like, Big Convoy is a mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
As in a literal mammoth.
Yeah.
Not a robot. He is a mammoth that was hit by Angolma and that turned him into a robot. And the end of the story is that he gives up his sentience to save the day, and like the last shot is like him wandering an iceberg as all the other Maximals look on.
So is he the only one that loses his sentience?
He's the only one to lose their sentience, but a lot of the characters in it are evolved animals. That's not what Beast Wars Second is at all.
Oh, see, I was going to ask. Yeah, I don't remember that being the case.
No, there's 7 chapters in Neo. How many chapters are there in Second? There are 9 chapters in Second. Which is a bit more traditional, but like Neo is weird. Neo has like we're going to meet Break's not Stampy's mom, and Stampy's mom is just a rabbit in a apron. And it also got like Rage, who's she's technically supposed to be a maximal jellyfish, but she's just an anime princess.
Oh, see the idea you say like an anime transformer. I'm like, that's interesting. We haven't seen any of that. And then you say just an anime girl. It's like, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, but she just turns into a jellyfish.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, but like some of the art is honestly kind of wild.
Andrew Wildman. Wow, that's impressive.
That's the second time we mentioned him today. But like, I'm just gonna like it's very of its time. Like a lot of the Godzilla in the mid-90s look like this, but just like I'll just send over a pic for Andy to see.
Thank you. I can put it on the screen.
So, this is Andy. You'll never guess what characters are in this when I send it over. If I ever get to send it over, there we go. So you'll never guess what characters that are in that.
Oh my god, who could it be?
But like, it has this quite nice dynamism to it.
Big Convoy has a very large chest and very small head.
Yep, that is an art choice that this guy makes.
Yeah, okay. Is it a perspective thing, or is it meant to be for hero dynamicism?
Hero dynamicism, because any shot I've seen of Big Convoy in this manga, he has a tiny head.
Okay, all right.
His head is tiny.
Small head.
But yeah. But it's just some fun stuff. Like I said, don't buy these expecting like Berserk or like the next great manga experience, because I know some people do.
Who picks up Beast Wars second and goes, man, is this going to be the next Berserk? The answer is no.
Well, the number of people I saw get super excited about the Headmasters manga and then got really pissy about the Headmasters manga after they read it.
Do they know that in Japan, Transformers is really for young kids?
Really dumb and silly and goofy. And that's fun. Silly and goofy can be fun. The idea that they got a literal like woolly elephant and then said, you're going to be a robot leader now, just like didn't give him much choice, is fun. That's where Mayor Megatron comes from.
Yeah. It's a different story. I guess it's not what they wanted. They were hoping for a bit more of a, like you said, but maybe not Berserk, because Berserk is I think would be a little bit too intense for Transformers fans. I have a feeling. I mean, I like Berserk a lot, but a lot of people can't.
I don't know. Like they're talking now about Skybound. Kirkman's now going like, "Oh, we could do a crossover with Invincible." I'm just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, but Invincible's boring. We've seen Invincible was. I don't even want to say.
Invincible wasn't a particularly interesting comic. No, I'm just going to say that as well. I don't think the comic is particularly interesting.
The idea when Invincible first came out, which was a while ago. Like it was a bit more of a unique idea. At this point now, the subversive like heroes are. What if Superman was bad and what if heroes were bad? We've kind of seen that played out quite a lot now.
And to be honest, like it was never for me. It was never an interesting idea anyway, because that's all it is.
Yeah.
What if we were telling a superhero story, but like the protagonist got raped?
Yeah.
What if, or like there was super violence? It's like it's the same thing that created Hit Girl and.
Oh, sorry, I heard you said the rape thing, and I thought you were talking about Infinite. What was it? Infinite Crisis with Dr. Light.
Oh,
where that was the whole thing. That was the entire story. Yeah. It's like, oh my god.
Yep. In this case, I was talking about the protagonist of Invincible getting raped by one of the villains.
Yeah. Very cool.
Because rape is an original plot point that doesn't reduce your character to an event and a gimmick that is actually insulting to anyone who's ever actually had to suffer any kind of abuse in real life, let alone sexual. I think rape in comics is one of the laziest story plot points, and I get so sick of seeing it. I say this because someone did a video about Miss Marvel Avenger story, where it's like gone down as like one of the most infamous Miss Marvel stories, but she got pregnant or something like that.
Which Miss Marvel? New Miss
Original.
Marvel? Oh, okay.
No, original. New Miss Marvel is already controversial enough because they killed her last week and now she's coming back as a mutant.
What? Yeah, I heard. I rolled my eyes and went, okay. I heard that her now being a mutant isn't changing her backstory. It's like, but it is.
It literally is. She was an Inhuman. In fact, I think she's supposed to be the last Inhuman.
Do you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like a really shit reason to now put her with the X-Men.
Yeah. But to be fair, the only reason she wasn't a mutant to start off with is because they were trying to because of Fox.
The Fox. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, like, she probably would have been a mutant to start with. But then again, she'd never been created if it wasn't for trying to screw over Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a funny world. Basically, anytime corporate is making a decision, assume it's corporate making a decision.
XL Hedge says, got flashbacks of HoloLive swooning over Mume Donkey Kong Dumpy. Yep, that's what I was talking about as well. Is Stampy Mom and Farmer Rabbit that live in a cave with weird, sexy honeybees?
I don't remember. Basically, just think Pecker's mother from HoloLive.
Oh,
if you're familiar with that, just think that, but with an actual rabbit.
Oh, okay, that's less.
I haven't read it. I've only read up, so. But the art makes it look like that.
Please know the only thing I know about Invincible is the rape scene.
I'm not trying to be edgy. I just can't help it.
What do you know about Invincible? I know it's got rape in it. Do you know anything else? Yeah.
It's like Walking Dead. That sure was vaguely original for about 5 minutes before every single comic became about how the world sucks and we're all going to die.
And also overstayed its welcome, to be fair. That's the
Yeah.
That's the problem with Walking Dead. It just kept going. And I get it, money and all that jazz, but
Oh yeah, and Kirkman said like he never would have made some of the decisions he made if he thought the series was going to go on as long as it did.
oh, I bet. I bet. XL Head also says, especially since the Invincible, in quotations, Kryptonians conquered by crossbreeding. That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Very pog, as the kids would say. Very
Yeah.
pog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on the manga, Mikey?
Nope. Hopefully it will get a good treatment. Anyway, continue on.
All right.
Or actually, I'll do this one really quick, just because
it's
only a short one.
Kurokawa-Kiri.
Yeah, it's just but like very limited release of the Kurokawa-Kiri Flame Toys Megatron, the IDW Stealth Bomber Megatron, in what they're saying are shattered glass colors, but considering there's a lot of original color elements to Stealth Bomber Megatron, they've changed it up a bit. A lot more blue and a lot more black. But vaguely, yes, it is shattered glass colors. As far as I can tell, there's no new molding thing, because I think all those extra bits came with the original. It's just blue good guy Megatron. Very limited, only 1,200 pieces. 200 available at ACG Hong Kong from the 28th to the 1st. 28th July, 1st of August, then 200 pieces at Wonder Festival Shanghai, 200 in Wonder Festival Beijing, 200 Wonder Festival USA, 200 Wonder Festival Japan, and 200 for the D4 Toys website. So if you've got one of these, it's going to be a very expensive thing that only a few people are going to have.
It's okay. It's an interesting look to it. We haven't seen technically the Stealth Bomber Megatron be done into shattered glass, and
And the paint job looks very solid.
Yeah, and Flame Toys do good figures from what you've told me. So yeah. So would this interest you if it wasn't like a Kurokawa-Kiri? If this was a model kit?
Yeah, model kit, I'd be tempted
because there is no Stealth Bomber Megatron model kit, is there?
No. I could see them do this with IDW Megatron maybe, but I'd rather this has the crazy wing shit going on, and I'd be more interested in getting that for a crazy what if lunacy. Another reality good guy Megatron thing instead of just here's a good but normal looking gray Megatron. Now we're going to give them a different color scheme, which is still basically gray with a different helmet.
I mean, with this you could justify this and the standard Megatron and say this is the anime episode where he finds an ancient crystal that imbues him with a new power to give him a super mode for a few minutes, which he uses at the end of every episode to give stock footage to.
Definitely. Anyway, Andy, take us on to. Didn't see this coming.
No, we got a new movie masterpiece figure that's been announced, and pre-orders and images and all up and all that jazz. It's MPM-14 Bone Crusher with fire bits.
For reasons?
Well, he did crush through a bus which had bits of fire on him for a few seconds.
Is that why they gave him fire effect parts? Also,
why else?
Will these effect parts be better than standard retail effect parts in that they won't eat your toy? Because this is a masterpiece and would cost hundreds of dollars.
Well, I would imagine looking at them, they'll be in the same sort of plastic, to be honest. But let's read through the description. I'll read just the accessories. It's who it is. Includes figure, 8 accessories and instructions. It goes. Movie masterpiece figure are authentic transformed pieces. What were the 8 pieces? Okay, accessories. Bone Crusher features articulated arms, legs, waist, head, and mini fork, because he's a mind layer dude. Includes alternate face, alternate claw, and 6 blast effects. Oh, so the effects are he has the fire on him. That's okay. Okay. It's very cool. Oh, the other head, Mikey, is when his eyes popping out as he's dying when Prime rips his head off.
Do we get to see that?
Yeah, it's on the back of the box.
Oh.
It's literally when Prime puts his blade through his neck.
I have
starts
a
tweaking
very
his head
real
off.
I have a very real question, and this is not me trying to be awkward.
Isn't it?
Who is going to display their bone crusher like that?
What, being murdered by Prime?
Yeah.
You, Vangelis. I don't know who
But
else.
I
I don't know who else is mentally deranged enough to do that.
Who else has a thing for murder prime?
Exactly. I mean, what else do you give Bone Crusher? He's in the movie for a minute? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a minute and a half.
People got very excited by him.
I mean, he was advertised a lot in the initial trailers.
I remember him from the Titan magazine comic, which was just that Bone Crusher hates you and everyone else 100 miles.
Unlike most Decepticons who are
but
very
like
peaceful.
he hates everybody. Everyone sucks.
He's not
No
wrong.
one is spared.
Okay.
Like everyone is just the worst.
I'm not
Like
sure.
that.
If I'm honest, I don't know if I think he looks like a masterpiece figure. In some ways, to me, he looks a little bit, and this isn't an insult towards this line of figure, he reminds me a lot of the Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, which granted was turned into a masterpiece for Japan release, but it kind of just looks like that to me, if you know what I'm saying.
I can see it, and like, I don't like the paint job. The messy paint job. That's, again, this is not a cheap toy.
No.
I expect better on my paint jobs for $165.
I kind of want to wash on him at the very least, just to pull out some of the details. I know he's a masterpiece toy, but he's missing stuff. Like a third-party figure would give him a wash, give him really shitty kind of like damaged paint with the chipping and the peeling and the rusted kind of look. This just looks like flat plastic, and it probably is, but I'm not loving it. Personally, that's why I said it looked like a retail toy, because to me it looks like a retail toy, a really good retail toy, granted from a few years back, but yeah. And again, I don't masterpiece Bone Crusher.
Yeah.
Do we have a masterpiece Barricade? I don't know, honestly.
Yes, I think we do.
Okay, I'd rather have a masterpiece Barricade from The Last Night than I would do Bone Crusher.
Yes, I think I really like that design.
I like the design. It's one of the few things in that movie that are like decent. It's kind of fun. XL Hedge says, how crazy would Mikey have gone if Flame Toys called it Megatron? Oh, for the...
Oh my god, if they did, if it came with a tie, I would have flown to Hong Kong to make sure I could get one.
You can order online. There's only 200 of them.
No, he deserves that. You do not besmirch him by, I'll pay shipping. No, I will ship myself.
Bone Crusher, boo, where's Studio Series Transit? Who's Transit?
Oh, the bus. Oh, did you not hear about the bus?
Oh, yeah, the bus he crashes through, right? He was meant to be a transformer.
No. So Transit is not a new thing, but he's something that the internet is currently in love with. So, Rise of the Beast have revealed, like the digital home release version came out, and it had a bunch of deleted scenes. And one was a deleted opening that got cut from the film because test audiences found it way too dark. And it's basically Optimus is walking in the rain looking like he's going to kill someone.
Okay.
And then he basically punches a bus. The bus is a Decepticon called Transit. He says, "Hi, Optimus," tries to kill Optimus, and then they fight, and then Optimus shoots him point blank in the head. And then apparently the original the full scene in the original cut of this, it is mostly completed effects. They're not fully completed, mostly completed effects. But the full cut ended with him dragging Transit body and dumping him in a river on a pile of Decepticon corpses.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's on point for Murder Prime, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's just like, it was a tad dark, and I can't help but feel maybe that was like a Bonaventura mandated scene.
I want him fucking, like, killing them all. I want him having sex with their corpses too. Can we get that in? No.
It's just like,
no.
we want to portray our heroic but troubled sort of heroic figure. How will we introduce him? This fresh take on the character. He's making a pile of corpses.
Well, you know, in the movie Commando, when Arnie's cutting down trees and picking up the logs, what if those logs were people? Wouldn't that be endearing? I think so. All right, well, there you go. Masterpiece Bone Crusher. Yeah, he's coming. I hope he don't break. As you know, the meme, I guess, now shall always be Masterpiece. What's gonna go wrong?
Yeah.
And maybe it'll be the fire effects, Mikey. Maybe you'll be right, and like if you leave the fire effects on him too long, his joints will just fall off. That'd be cool.
Just like, oh no, his crotch ate itself.
Yes. It's not the engineering, it's the flames. We promise. Promise. Do you want to move us on, Mikey, or do you have a...
No, I'm happy to move on.
Oh, you got the good one. Oh, this is why you took two stories. I see. Yeah.
Next one up is a P-Rex. So it hasn't been officially revealed yet.
Oh my god, is this still a rumor?
It's still a rumor. Is this toy being made? But in Walmart in Canada.
Oh my god.
So, oh my god, we could have just like told Tekno to go looking for one. Like just for the sake of saying, like we sent him to do something. So this is found by Brute Slayer 101. But Tiger Stripe Toxitron Grimlock has appeared at least in one Walmart. He did leak early. So we get to see the box, the figure. The robot mode looks excellent. Really like on point. Like I love the stripe patterns on the legs. I love the teal on the chest, the pink crotch. Everything's good. The Rex mode doesn't look as good because it feels to me like they were prioritizing the stripes that would be visible in robot mode. They didn't run the stripes all the way up the body. So his feet aren't, because the feet form part of the back. They're not striped. The back isn't striped. So he's a little plain going forward. But I still really want him because he looks ridiculous and I must have him. I have wanted a Tiger Stripe Grimlock in any format for so long. I nearly got the Fans Project one, which I knew I wouldn't like, even if I had been able to get it.
God, I forgot we talked about that.
Yeah. So I will be on the lookout for this guy. Maybe I'll be able to get him a TF Nation if there's a god. But no, he looks really fun to me. He's not nearly as good as he should be, in part because of limitations of the mold.
Yeah.
Which is a problem, but. Like I can't blame him for the toy they gave him, kind of thing. But yeah, any thoughts yourself on the P-Rex?
Yeah,
he looks like P.
I mean, when I saw this originally, I sent you a message saying I kind of feel that you're gonna have to get toy hacks to really bring out the best in him, to add the rest of the tiger stripes to hopefully fill out some of those colors that are lacking in dinosaur mode. Like saying robot mode, he's fine. It feels like they skimped out on... I don't know if they skimped out, but it feels a little bit cheap. Like they could have gone a little bit harder, especially with the price tag that they're asking for these guys. I think they probably could have added a little bit more oomph to these. I would have liked to have seen more oomph to them. I still think it looks good, though. I just can't ever bring myself to pay £55 for a leader. I just can't do it. Especially for Grimlock, who's like not great. If a gun was put to my head and say you have to spend £55 on a leader, it's not going to be this guy. It's going to be the Transmetal 2 Megatron, which I still don't have, and I still wouldn't pay $55 for.
I got it for $30.
Yeah. I wish I had been able to do that, but they'd sold out. As is the way. It is the way, Mikey.
It is the way. Yeah. Andy, take us on to the last story.
Right, last story, and it's a good one, I suppose, for Europo, if you like.
Europo,
everybody's favorite place. Hasbro Pulse extends its services to all 27 European countries. 27. These include basically places that they can deliver to: Germany. You are German, yes. Italy, Spain, France, Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria. Is that Croatia?
Croatia, yeah.
Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Greece, Hungary, Ireland. Oh, there you go, Mikey. Woo! Latveria. Oh, Dr. Doom.
Will this mean less shipping? That's all I care about.
Yeah, you silly sausage. At least Dr. Doom's going to be able to get his Hasbro toys now.
Good.
Luxembourg, Malta, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Romania, land of vampires, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Sweden, home of the cheese. There you go. 27 countries.
27 countries.
Now, like Mikey said, will this affect your postage? No. You'll still have to probably pay out the anus for shipping, I would imagine.
But hey, if you're in the EU, means no customs, which is a big boon, because trying to get it out of Germany was difficult because the shipping from Germany was ludicrous, and trying to get it from the UK was difficult because they would add an extra 10 to 30 onto anything you bought.
Haha. Yay! Will you do any Pulse stuff then, do you think? Because it's not like they really do sales on the site. They just kind of get things early, and it's like you can guarantee getting stuff. I've never found like I've only done Hasbro Pulse because of the Hiss tank, but I didn't feel like there was any other need to do it because I don't feel that there's any true difficulty getting the toys. Like, just wait a bit and you can probably pick them up anyway.
Yeah, no, I might consider going to it, but it'll really for me depend on like shipping costs. Do they have any like, because sometimes they have like flash sales that are really cheap. But yeah, just keep an eye out. I won't exactly be like leaping to go like Hasbro Pulse exclusive, Pulse exclusive, but yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, that's it. That's our news. Hooray! That's all news. So, Mr. Mikey, what have you been up to this week, my dude? What you done for fun?
Not much, because I'm still doing marking, which means I am all will to live. I was working today until about half an hour before I came on. I had time to grab something to eat. So basically, media-wise, I have almost nothing. I woke up this morning, watched King Oger, and then went to work.
Yay!
But I did watch King Oger. It was a big episode. It had a lot of reveals, one of which I have been fucking suspecting since about episode 5. I won't spoil it, but it also had basically the culmination of the Rackless arc. So Rackless was he's like the big human villain for the last 20 episodes. So basically the culmination of his arc thus far. I'm sure he's going to have more. Didn't have much of a mech fight or anything like that. Had some decent fights, but yeah, no, it was kind of more like one big event. So not a lot of the character elements from a lot of other characters. It was very much focused on just two people, but King Oger is a quality show. It was a quality story. I now don't know where they're quite going to go with the next part of the story, but I am interested. Yeah. Because King Oger has not let me down in 20 episodes.
Okay, well that's good.
No Geats, no... I still haven't caught up on Unicorn. Are you going
to finish Geats, or are you just going to leave it at this point?
Going to finish it. I am going to finish it, but it's like when I have so little time, it's not priority. Unicorn, I definitely want to finish. It's just, again, so little time.
Yeah, and like you've said, with Unicorn, it's not... you have to do the whole thing in one go.
Yeah, I have to basically sit down and watch the whole show again. Yeah. So, which, listen, I liked what I saw, but that's a chunk of a chunk of time.
Yeah.
I was going to watch My Adventures with Superman, but again, not a priority.
Oh god!
Like, I don't know what to expect. All I know is that like Slade's young, and there was one scene with a cat.
It looks pretty crappy, if you ask me.
So I will have a lot of the talent new, which I always feel is a little bit of a warning sign with animation, because it basically means like, oh, they didn't cut their teeth on anything before doing a big project. I like seeing people cutting their teeth on other projects before they go on something big name. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as I say like, okay, they've got 2 major writing credits.
I mean, there's a lot of people on here. You shouldn't just like give Superman theoretically to someone new, right? Superman.
Well, the thing that is, like, a lot of people who are doing the writing now were in art departments for other shows, which is kind of like, oh, this is their first writing thing.
Oh no.
So maybe we got very lucky.
Isn't that what happened with High Guardian Spice though? It was a load of art people and it was a fucking terrible show.
And technically what happened with Picard season 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did get a couple of packages which I wasn't expecting to get.
Oh my god.
So I had 2 pre-orders, like I had Super 7 Turn and I had Flame Toys Windblade, and like they were both massively delayed. And I just said, cool, I'll cancel them, either get a refund to get store credit, and then fuck it, I'll pick something up at some point. And one of the sellers was Rise of Gunpla, and they did Windblade, and I rang them up and I just said, listen, I've been waiting on this for months. Can I just get a refund or can I get a store credit? And they just said like, oh, we'll look up your order. So this has been in stock for a month, and no one sent it. I went, oh, do you still want your refund? Could you send it on?
I'd like it. That'd be nice.
So that got delivered.
Oh, well, so they did send it to you. That's good.
That's delivered. And then another shop, it was the one with Super 7. They were TF Direct, I think. That was just like, I was getting tired of waiting. Like I said, with Tekno, it just like, it's been a year and a half. I'm not waiting any longer. Just give me money or give me something else. So they gave me credit. I saw a bunch of stuff that looked kind of interesting. And I sent Andy some suggestions. Ultimately, because of pricing, it ended up just getting one thing, but it was one thing that I basically got for €8, which was the shipping.
So this thing, one of the things I suggested?
One of the things, yes, it was the Flame Toys Lio Convoy.
Nice. Yeah, that's the, like, if you were going to ask me the number one thing you should get, it was that, to be honest.
Yeah. So that box is huge.
Is it? It's a model kit, though, yeah. Right?
Yeah, but like the box is as big as real grade Gaugagars.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, that's pretty
big. That is a very big. That's a very big box.
Oh yeah.
So I've got that now. I got that like this morning, which was very surprised. Like for some reason they just said like, "Oh, we were in the area. We thought we'd drop it off." And just like, it's Sunday. Why are you here? Why are you not at home with your families? So now I have 2 more Flame Toys. Wasn't expecting to have any Flame Toys, but now I have 2 Flame Toys. So I've only got, to be up to date on the older molds, I've only got what, 3 left, which is good. And then like there's the new stuff, but I've got pre-orders in for all the new stuff, so I'm not worried about that. I think RC's coming into Hobby Frontline in mid-August.
Oh.
So I know she's out in Japan already, but still. And yeah, that was my week. What about you, Andy?
What have I been up to? I've been watching a anime called Revengers at the moment, or Revenger. It's okay. It's
Revenger. I don't know that one.
I think it's Genu Rabuchi doing it, but it's not like anything Genu Rabuchi like where you go, oh damn, this is one of his shows. It's just so far like I think it's like 12 episodes. I'm 7 episodes in, and I'm just kind of met. The idea is, it's feudal Japan. There is a group called Revengers who, if you bite a golden coin hard enough to leave teeth imprints, it means that you want revenge being done on the people that fucked you over. And then these people come in and kill those people. It's a lot of opium dens and stuff like that. Opium being brought into Japan at the time.
I saw a trailer for this, and I was just looking. It says Nitro Plus, and I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's not like bad. It's not good. It's just, yeah.
I have to admit, I looked at the visual, and I was just like, that looks mid.
Yeah, it kind of is. I'm wondering if like the end will just like go pretty hard, but it certainly hasn't gone very hard so far. But like I say, it's not egregiously bad or anything. It's just like I'm watching it and being like, yeah, whatever. We'll see how it goes. I got a boxo in the week from Zaku from Grant. He decided to be a bro and just.
He's a fair bro who sends many wonderful things for a reasonable price.
Yeah, well, because like I was planning to get the Bumblebee, but couldn't get my PayPal sorted. He just sent me the Bumblebee, the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, which was really cool of him. So I got the Buzzworthy Bumblebee, and he also sent a Core Class Soundwave. So I'll talk about the Core Class Soundwave because I haven't had it. It has the issue that most Core Class figures have, which is the quality control on them is anus. he had the wobbliest fucking legs and the wonkiest elbows. So I just gooed them up. They're a lot better now. He's not bad. He's not a bad little core class. I don't think he's nearly good as G2 Megatron. I wish he didn't have his entire front skirt on a hinge to swing it forward to allow the hips to move forward and back. I wish they'd kind of figured out a way to do that. They like we've talked about before, for his cassette mode, folding his feet up seems to do more harm than good. Doesn't really hide them away. And the laser beak coming out of his chest, he can't really do anything with the laser beak because it doesn't transform in itself, which is weird. But as just a small sound wave, he's fine. He's quite nice looking. Doesn't look too bad. He's got 2 guns, and that's all good. And he's fairly posable. I wish he had a waist joint, and like I say, I wish his knees were a bit better, but that's about it. Buzzworthy Bumblebee is really good. I really like Buzzworthy Bumblebee a lot. I think he sent me an extra gun, because there is a grey gun, which I'm looking at the image for Buzzworthy Bumblebee, and he doesn't have this gun. So I don't know, Grant, if you just sent me a random extra gun that you had, but thank you. His backpack, the jetpack thing, it's fine. I don't remember Bumblebee ever having a jetpack. It's neat, though. It's a neat jetpack. It's cool. And the Energon rods, the 5 Energon rods, it's still bizarre as fuck that no one can hold them. They're not holdable. You have to tuck them under his arm if you want them to be held. I really like the transformation. It's not anything crazy, but it's just like simple steps, and then he makes an interesting vehicle which you've never had before up to this point. His head's maybe a little bit squashed. Like the proportions on his head's maybe a little bit weird, but not to the point where I hate it. Just you look at his head and you go, that's not quite right. But I'd say this is the most interesting Bumblebee figure I've had in a long time, or even be tempted by. You know what the most annoying thing is about this figure, Mikey?
What is the most annoying thing about this figure?
I need to get Jazz. Do you know what was on sale at one point that isn't anymore? That's right, it's Jazz.
Okay, so I can tell you that I think I can get you a Jazz, but I don't know. Because there's a shop in Dublin that has a Jazz, but I do not know the price of it.
If I go on lawn.
Would you like me to gather information?
Well, I mean, I can get him online, but he's like 26 quid.
I know, but do you want me to find out if he's cheaper here?
Yeah, if you could do, yeah, that'd be good. Cheers.
Yeah,
but I don't think I can spend like if I had to pay the secondary market price for the Bumblebee, which was about £32, I would not be happy with this.
No, it's a tad much.
Yeah, for free, he's incredibly good. I was thinking to myself, what would I don't think I'd want to pay full retail price for this Bumblebee anyway, just because it's too much for my blood. I was thinking, imagine this came out and this was a Scout figure. I think this would be an amazing Scout figure. This would be fucking crazy good for a Scout figure, but we don't live in that time period anymore. I really like him. He's a great figure. I love his. I've been like through the entire podcast, I've been swooshing his alt mode all around, just going whoosh, whoosh. And then the rest of the week has been work, painting some orcs, and I am getting close to the end of Kanashiro's bank in Persona 5. I think it's Kanashiro. You know the guy I'm talking about, Mikey?
Yep.
Yeah. Met Makoto. Got Makoto in the group. Don't like Makoto. I don't like her. Bit of a bitch, but you know. Maybe I'll warm to her, but she's not endearing. She's not like is it Makoto from Persona 3? Mommy Senpai Makoto.
Yes, I want to say.
Yeah, she was good. I liked her. And during the week, I'm playing Persona 5 specifically, I was thinking to myself, who did Mikey choose as best girl? And I thought to myself, who's the most fucking broken woman in the show in the game so far? So I want to take a guess. Did you pick the teacher? Oh no.
No.
Oh no. No, Mikey. No. I was like, who's the most damaged woman so far?
Oh my god!
And
Wow.
I'm like, it has to be
Makoto. I don't like how this is portraying me.
It is Aqua Makoto. It's like,
Aqua is fine. I don't want to date Aqua.
good.
I want to emphasize that no one wants to date Aqua, but Aqua has there is nothing wrong with Aqua.
I just thought to myself, she's a terrible teacher. She doesn't
There's
want
nothing
to
wrong
be
with being a terrible teacher. Many good people are terrible.
She's an awful teacher and doesn't. I like her backstory of like helping. Like she also tries to scam me out of money with my sister's sick, which is kind of scummy. Which made me smile. Unless she's lying, the real story of her being involved, not being involved with the student, but like helping out a student who was struggling and then them dying. Maybe I'll find out that's not true either, but that'd be funny if that's the case. I like the idea that you can just get her to do your laundry for you as well. Bring her up, do my laundry, bitch. I've got sooty armor from the dungeon. Don't ask where I got it from. Get it washed for me. Shockingly, Persona 5 still really good, still entertaining. Did you watch the anime for that? I can't remember.
No, I didn't actually. Probably
okay.
should. Well, I'll finish. I think it's not super important to watch the anime. I think because with Persona 4, I saw the anime first.
Oh, I thought you played the game first. Oh.
Saw the anime before I got into Persona the games.
Here's a question, because I was going to ask you, I remembered while pooping after we finished the podcast last week, and because you said you were going to play PlayStation 5, are you interested in Persona 3? New Persona 3? I can't remember what it's called.
I'm definitely interested. I'm curious to see what they've done, because I know, the re-release was of the PS Vita version, which means there's a lot of visual and other content cut out.
Yes, because this is more going to be Fez rather than that. So you'll have to play as boy rather than girl because it's canonical to be boy. I can't remember what his name is, but it's that guy. Yeah. Okay. You actually have a reason to use your PlayStation, another game to get for your PlayStation 5, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to wait probably 4 fucking years for it to be put on PC, but I'm sure it will be. I'll play it again because I like Persona 3. I think it's got really good music. I'm actually playing Persona 5 with the Persona 3 costumes on, so it plays the Burn My Dread battle music because I really like that music. It's really good, really fucking sick. So, you got anything else, Mikey? Are you done?
No, that's me done.
All right. Well, people in the chat, if you want, you can ask us some questiones while me and Mikey go through where you can find us online. I see Axel Head just puts them things which I'll need to read to you later. But Mikey, where can people find you on the internet? We do actually have a question. I've just reminded myself. Hang on. I'll get that while you tell me.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter on Irish Palo. You can contact us on the Moonbase2 at gmail.com, on the Moonbase2 Twitter, on Ellipson, Facebook, Patreon, all those lovely places. What about you, Andy?
You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. The usual places. It's Decayed Andy, the rotten corpse of a human being, of course. You can find us on the Moonbase 2 forums, Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn. YouTube is Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. We're on patreon.com/Moonbase 2. We only ask for $2 each month if you want to help out the show and all that kind of doodad. And we're also on the ccbunker.weebly.com. So, first question we have is from Andreas, which is coming across through the Patreon. So if you want to send questions that way, you're more than welcome to as well. The question... What's that?
Please do.
All right. The question reads, I have a question for the podcast too, because he asked some other stuff as well. He wanted to know if Forbidden Planet was worth going to down in London because he was down there. And I was like, well, I guess if you got nothing to do, wherever the price is. They got a message back saying, wow, those prices are terrible. I was like, yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been, maybe 10 years since I've been in a Forbidden Planet. So
I have been in the Dublin one recently, and I'm occasionally surprised, sometimes their stuff on sale is cheaper than Smith's. But that says more about Smiths, really. But yeah, in general, Forbidden Planet just. It's not just like even their books are more expensive than they should be.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know how Forbidden Planet operates.
They're if you let me tell you this, if you're into model kits, do not buy from Forbidden Planet. You will pay an extra 10 to 20 on any of them.
Yeah, it's like woof. Oh, import charges. No, it's cheaper. It's cheaper to buy them online and get imported.
It is cheaper to import. If you pay import charges yourself.
It's mad. So the question is, where do the names for Transformers size classes come from? Namely, Deluxe and Voyager. Some like Leader, Commander, and Core make perfect sense to me. However, I find Deluxe a bit unintuitive, since for Japan toys, DX or DLX usually stand for higher quality products. For Voyager, I don't even have an idea where it might have come from. Maybe I got lost in translation.
So I did some research on this and limited information. Deluxe is frequently tied to just that scale of action figure, which frequently includes more high-end things. So it could just be that Deluxe is just like, hey, it's this scale, so we call it Deluxe. Voyager, I couldn't find anything.
So for Transformers, I don't know about for you, but the first time I came across the term Deluxe figures was with Beast Wars, because you had Basic, which was the Scout core class figures, then you had Deluxe, which makes sense because they're better versions of them. Mega. Yeah, I was going to say, was it Mega then?
Ultra.
Which again makes sense. Those all make sense because you look at them, they look bigger. There's more to them. There's more parts to them. That makes sense. But yeah, Voyager, I don't know where Voyager fucking came from.
And as far as I can tell, like the terms as we understand them were introduced for cyber. And obviously back then they also had Ultra class mixed in the middle.
That's right.
Between Voyager and Leader. But I've not been able to find what it is. To be fair, if I thought about it, I'd have asked Tekno to just see if he could like pin Aaron Archer down and say like, where did these names come from?
Explain. Why do you keep changing them?
Yeah, so it's one of those things like I'm sure there is a logic to it. Like, why of all of them have like Deluxe, Voyager, and Leader all stuck around as long as they have?
But the other ones like Core Class, that's changed a good few times.
Core, Legend. There was another one in Minicon or something like that.
Basic, like I said, for Beast Wars era. Yeah. But yeah, there's been a few for that. I get why they don't want Basic. Basic doesn't sound good, like marketing wise. So do you want a basic one? I don't want a basic Transformer.
You want to be a basic bitch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so XL Hedge, as we were talking, had said, I just bought the DNA upgrade kit for Transmetal 2 Megatron. You gonna get that, Mikey?
It's kind of falling into the realm of there are things I want and there's lots of things I don't, and that's a lot of money.
Priority list kind of deal. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Pulse stinks. Pulse had me waiting for over a year for my Lightning Collection Red Sentry. Oh, fucking hell, that's a long time. I guess distribution's bad, depending where you live. Because I'm sure, like, Pulse, from what I hear, America has some really wonky distribution, so maybe Pulse makes sense for them. Excuse me, but yeah, I don't know. The internet is super thirsty for Hispanic tomboy Lois Lane. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people getting randy, shall we say, for tomboy Lois Lane.
As long as they're happy.
Yeah. Simon Tang says, what other type of models will you try that is not Warhammer, Transformers, Gundam? Just for a change of pace, I recently built a train. I don't think I'd be ever into building trains or like World War II planes. You know, those old kind of models. I don't think that's really my jam personally.
For me, I would consider that, but for me, like my collecting is very much tied into my interests.
Yeah.
Like there has to be something quite visually interesting or has to be tied into a piece of fiction or media that I'm into or something like that. Like, I got those little tank model kits because they were like, it was a pink tank with little polar bears on it. And I thought that was it.
Yeah.
And So that kind of stuff I would definitely get, which was it was actually really interesting because they were like little chibi tanks, and it was an interesting building experience. I would consider like getting a more traditional model kit, but they require so much work.
Yeah, it's shocking how much Bandai kits hold your hand when it's like you can just push it together, you know.
Yeah. I for me it's like cool. I would try anything once, I think.
Lucky ladies.
But yeah, but I think like I was at I was at a model shop in Dublin there a few weeks ago. Mark's Models, huge. They don't have much in like Gundam or anything like that, but it's mostly vehicles or like sci-fi stuff. I was thinking like, oh, I'd get I'd maybe get some spaceship stuff that looks cool, or like some retro stuff that looks cool. But I think just because like static vehicles just are not something I'm super into.
Yeah, no. If it's real worldy for me, for my interest, it has to be sci-fi or fantasy based. Like it's same with video games. If it's based in reality, quote unquote, if it's like Monday, I just don't care.
I wanted to get like they're doing like dragons and dinosaurs and stuff like that, but one, no articulation, and two, the builds are really simple. They're all about the painting, and for me, I really like the building process.
Oh, are those the ones I keep bugging you about? Or those different ones?
Those are different ones.
Okay, yeah, because I've been bugging Mikey to get these Bandai dinosaur kits where you build the skeleton and then you kind of put the flesh on top of them.
Well, I've got 2 of them.
Oh, you need more.
There's only 4.
Is there? I thought there were more. Yeah.
There's the Stegosaurus and the Mosasaurus. I've got the T-Rex and I've got the Triceratops.
By doubles, paint them in different color schemes.
I did paint one, I turned one into Fang.
More.
Yeah, they don't have the space and the money and the shoe size.
What?
Shut up. But even that, like, it still was articulated. You could do more with it. Like, these are like, I don't know, like these, like they'd be foot tall dinosaurs that are just like, okay, you get 5 pieces, stick them together, and now do a really detailed paint scheme. And I'm still pretty early in my like painting, so. For me, I just wouldn't enjoy the building aspect of that.
I think that kind of stuff as well, you really need to like painting, don't you?
Yeah,
like especially if it's only 5 pieces. At that point, why not just buy one of the cool like 90s plastic dinosaurs? Kind of get the same thing. And they're way cheaper most of the time. Do Legos count as models technically? I suppose technically they don't, but they should.
I've got a Lego here.
Yeah. Yeah, because in my eyes, they probably should, because you have to build them, but they are a toy. I suppose models are toys as well, aren't they? So I don't know.
Everything we touch is toys. Everything's a toy.
Everything's a toy. Knives are toys. Cheese are toys. Flowers are toys.
My mother built flowers out of Lego, so that all makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm saving it from the filthy you were about to take us down.
I was going to say it's interesting how it went from like cheese and knives to flowers, you know. Got to wonder how the brain works sometimes, at least mine. But yeah, I like Lego. I want Mikey to become that Lego guy who has like shelves and shelves of Legos.
There's like 3 Legos I want, and I like this Sonic one was I had spare cash. Everyone in my family has Lego at the moment. My mother just got a giant Lego set, like the size of like one of the top tier. Oh my god, I can't believe they made these Lego sets like for Home Alone or something like that.
Oh, the Home Alone house. Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so she's going to be building that over the summer.
Damn, your mum bought that for herself?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Your mum's pretty cool.
No, God, no.
No, she bought the Home Alone Lego house. That's a fucking project. like you said, that's like... I think that's 1,000, 2,000 or more pieces. So that's like
4,100.
Yeah, that'll keep her busy for a few days potentially.
Yeah, from Germany, came partially built. I had to take it apart
partially built.
It was. We got it for a decent price, but it was like partially built. So like,
why doesn't if you
so they
like,
said,
in my eyes, if you're Scylla, right, unbuild it. Don't unbuild it, because the fun of it's building it. Come on now.
She would have lost interest like taking it apart and then putting it back together again. So I basically took the box off her and spent 2 hours taking it apart.
Mother, I will fix this for you because I don't trust you. You will enjoy this gift.
You will enjoy the experience.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Right. I think that's it. Sounds like Mikey's ready for bed or ready for more marking.
Yeah, it's been a bed. Fuck marking.
Maybe you can mark while you're sleeping. Maybe you could do that.
Children are morons.
Yeah.
You're all idiots.
They're the ones that'll be taking care of us when we're old in like 2 years' time.
None of us will make it past the first week.
Oh, God, yeah, come on. Right, thank you, everybody, for coming on by. We'll be back next week.
Welcome back.
For more Moonbase 2. I don't know what they'll be about, but I'm sure there'll be some Transformers news to talk about.
Indeed.
Yeah, and thank you, Mikey, for coming on by. And again, if you want to catch us live on YouTube or on Twitch, you can come over to the Decade Andy Twitch channel or the Moonbase 2 Transformers YouTube page, and you can find us live at 8 o'clock in the evening UK time on a Sunday day. Every Sunday day, mostly.
Indeed.
Until next time, thanks to everybody for coming on by. We'll see you guys next time.